Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Words remain the same, but in which subject they are used, that determines their meaning. For example, here, idam. If you take this word idam in Sanskrit language, idam means this. So this could be anything. This specs, this me. But technically, in the Vedanta Shastra, idam means anything which is known objectively is idam. Word remains the same. Therefore, when it is said, Sadeva Asit, the Sat existence alone was before Sadeva Somya Idam Agre Asit. O student, before the creation, only there was existence. So, what is the creation therefore? Creation is that where objectivity is the predominant factor. So, one more quotation is given. Idam sarvam pura srushtehe ekameva dvitiyakam sadevasin namarupe nasta mityaruner vachaha. Srushte e pura, before the creation, idam sarvam, anything that is recognized objectively was ekameva dvitiyam. So before the creation there was but the non-dual absolute existence. Sadevashit. And then the question comes, Srishti means what? Creation means what? So, Nam Rupe Nastam. There were no names and forms. So be very attentive. This is not indicated here, but we can always contemplate. When it is said, Asti Bhati Priya Nama Rupa iti Pancha Amshakam Adyatrayam Brahma Rupam Jagad Rupam Tatodvayam. Satchidananda Asti Bhati Priya is Paramatma, the Brahman, and Nama Rupa is the world, the Jagat. So let us find out, where is Nama Rupa? This mic doesn't know it is called as mic. It is inert. So, where is this Nama, the name? Name is in our mind. And Rupa is outside. Therefore, where is the world? World is both outside as well as inside. I am going to remove your notion of inside outside. Like in this naturopathy, they have washed me inside outside. Constantly, morning till evening. One day I was so exhausted, tired, and I was doing something on the computer. He came, Swamiji, massage. Give me marunga. Inside, outside, inside, outside. And above that, how are you feeling? So, when we talk about the world, forms are objective and names are subjective. Among the trees, mountains, they don't call each other, hey mango tree, kya chal raha hai? No. So, name and form is the world. Now find out what is under our control. Are the forms under our control? We have no control. Names are under our control because they are in our mind. So if we want to get rid of this world, if there are no names, no form can be imagined. When I say Sri Krishna, form comes in your mind. Suppose I say Dunda. Swamiji, what is Dunda? You don't know? It's an animal. So slowly now form will start forming in your mind. Animal, okay. But what kind of animal? See, it has got legs like that of deer. Oh, that must be very thin kind of animal. Then it has got a belly like the elephant. Huh? Elephant belly on the thin leg. And it has got tail like the horse. Horse tail. Now slowly something is forming in your mind, is it not? So, forms are defined, described by the names. So, name and form together constitute the world. So, what we do, we constantly keep on giving names to everything. Once I was traveling in Haryana, and somewhere on the way, we had to stop some fields. So, we went there to have some water and all that. So, the Chaudhary was sitting there. He received us with very great love, and he shouted, "Hey Commissioner, Panilia!" I was stunned. What happened now? And one useless man, boy, came and gave water. He shouted, "Bewakoof, pani kya? Collector, pedalaya." I was getting more and more confused, looking at him. He said, "You must be surprised, isn't it?" Yes. He said, "I could not do anything in my life. So what I have done, I named my children Commissioner, Collector. Who are you? Commissioner Kabab." This is how fulfillment in life comes. This is the foundation of explanation in Mandukya Upanishad. Abhidhana and Abhidheya. Abhidhana is the name, Abhidheya is the form. Like mouse is the name, and what is in my hand is the Abhidheya, the object. Abhidhana, Abhidheya. These two things together constitute the world. And therefore, it is said that chanting the Lord's name is the highest spiritual practice. So what will happen? You chant name of any your beloved God, Sri Ram, Sri Ram, Sri Ram, Sri Ram. Only one name, there will be only one form. Mind cannot survive if it is subjected to only one. Mind requires two. This is how the world is created. Wherever there are two, mind is more. And this is how the world is made up of these complementary opposites: joy, sorrows, gain, loss, health, disease, friend, enemy. Everything is in. Therefore, sadhana will be, if we don't get influenced by these complementary opposites, sukha dukhe same kritva labha labho jaya jayo tato yuddhaya yujjasva naivam papam avapsasi. That means complementary opposites, you take them same. Yes, sometimes we are healthy, sometimes we are not healthy. It's okay. Yes, sometimes we are fat, sometimes we are thin. It's okay. Hmm? No problem. But then it becomes the main issue. And this is how the world is created. Therefore, when it is said that this world was, uh, before this world was created, Sad Eva Asid, Nam Rupe Nastam. Before the creation of this world, there were no names and forms. And therefore, in Bali, the god is called as, Bali, the Hindu area, is called as Achintya. But they don't know what is Achintya. So they have got temples, and on the top floor, there is only one room, doors are closed, inside there is nothing. And they look at it from the road itself and offer the food to those gods, egg, fish, or whatever they do Naivedya or whatever, and go away. See? I said, what do you mean by Achintya? Achintya is Achintya. See? Achintya means that does not fall within the limits of any of your means of knowledge. Be attentive. When the mind is not given any form, any name, the mind dissolves. Because absence doesn't have form. So give your mind the absence of the words as the object of contemplation. Meaning what? Listen to silence. Now what was happening was, silence is one, it is uncreated, it is unmodifying, it is unending. When the mind is thus exposed to such a thing, the mind also disappears. But we still remain, because we know there is absence of sound, and we also know there is presence of sound. So this is the Sadvastu, the absolute existence. Idam sarvam pura srushtehe ekameva dvitiyakam sadevasid nam rupe nastan ityarunirvachaha. In Chandogya Upanishad this comes. Then to tell that other than the absolute existence, nothing else is. So there is a technical explanation. There are different types of differences. The differences are called as Bheda. Bheda means difference. So they are three: Sajatiya, Vijatiya, and Swagata Bheda. So first of all, we'll go as it is explained here. Vrukshasya Swagato Bhedaha Patra Pushpa Phaladibhi Vrukshantarat Sajatiya Vijatiya Shiladitaha. If you take a tree, only one tree, then within that tree you will see many differences. Patra Pushpa Phaladivihi. The leaves are not the flowers, flowers are not the fruits, fruits are not the roots, roots are not the branches. Differences within. In your statistics, it is called as error component. Differences within. Then, Vrukshantarat Sajatiyaha. All are trees, but one is mango, the other one is another tree, apple tree. So, Vijatiya. Sajatiya, no, Sajatiya, not Vijatiya. So, all are the same thing, tree, but they are different from each other. Then Vijatiya. Trees are not the stones, Vijatiya. These are the three kinds of differences. Now let us find out. These three kinds of differences, are they possible in the absolute existence? So it is said, Tatha sadvastuno bhedatrayam prapta nivaryate aikyavadharana dvaita pratishedhais tribhikramat. Now, why we are doing this thing? Just to establish clearly in our mind that in this sadvastu, the three types of differences are absent. What is our experience? Our experience is we are going through five types of differences, not three. Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara, three. Because of these three, five differences come. Jiva is not Jagat. Then Jiva is not Ishvara. Ishvara is other than the Jagat. One Jagat is different from the other Jagat. One Jiva is different from the other Jiva. Five of them. This is what our experience is. And as long as there are differences, there will be samsara. Therefore, it is said, when somebody gets married, I told this to one couple. You know, in the marriage, the mathematics is 1 plus 1 is equal to 1. Not 11, not 2. They met me after 15 years. And surprisingly, I remembered them. Then they said, Swamiji, please help us. I said, I don't have money. No, not money. You know, you came for our marriage. I said, yes, I know, and I told you this. 1 plus 1 is equal to 1. Said, that is creating problem in your life. I said, why? Which one? We are fighting on this issue. Me or she? Therefore, this equation, one is absolute. Therefore, differences are not real. This is what we have to prove. So, sadvastuno prapta bhedatrayam nivaryate. So, by this, we are trying to establish that there may be different types of existences. To remove that different type of existences, we are contemplating. So, second thing, Aikya avadharanat dvaita pratished tribhikramat. So, by the process of two things. One is Aikya avadharanat, establishment of absolute one, and dvaita pratisheda, and the negation of the possible duality. Then only the absolute existence will be established. So, one by one. Sato na avayavam shakyam tadamshasya nirupanan nam rupe na tasyamcho tadyo adyapi anudbhavat. Sataha na avayava shankyaha. See, infinite cannot be fractioned. There are no fractions in the infinite. One cannot be divided if it is absolute. And even if one is divided, the division is only imaginary. Earlier, our 1 rupee used to be 64 paisas. Those who are lucky enough to have that experience, we used to have 64 paisa, and there used to be 1 paisa solid, one was dabbu and one was chedwala. Then India started progressing. On 6/6/1966, this was the date, WWW, 6 or 666. The rupee was divided into 100 paisa. Who knows, when we progress further, 1 rupee would be 1000 paisa. So now we call naya paisa, new paisa. That means there was old. Then double naya paisa, 1000. Imagination. All that is imagined is not real. Now one man divided. Son, husband, father. So one part of the man became the son, other part of the man became the husband, the third part of the man became father. Easy fraction. Therefore, all the parts are always imaginary. They are not real. This is what is being said here. Sataha avayam na shakya. There is no possibility of imagining that the infinite, the absolute, can be fractioned into parts. We can imagine always. Like space is absolute. Now in this absolute space, we can divide it into 1, 2, or 10. So four corners, four main, north, east, west, south, and up and down, 10. So is the space divided in 10? Imagine. Therefore, it is not possible that the absolute is divided in parts. Tat amshasya or nirupanat. You cannot define. Can you tell why the east is important and west is not important? Is it said that in the east there is only sunrise, no sunset, and in the west there is only sunset, no sunrise? No. Then nama rupena tasyamshav. And because there are no parts, there is no need of giving any name. When we create ornaments out of the gold, then the names come. This is earring, nose ring, this is necklace, neck without a lace. Therefore, these parts are not there, therefore there is no need of any name. When you call gold as the gold, it is right. But when you call the ornament also as the ornament, then it is wrong. Ornament is essentially gold. Now be attentive. All the names and forms, like all the ornaments, are essentially gold. Similarly, all the names and forms, this the whole world is essentially divine. Now that divine principle is abused. It is called as the world. We are essentially divine. Second abuse. We are called as the soul. And the God is essentially divine. But he is abused by the another word, God. So one Paramatma, the supreme reality, is divided into three and then given the names. And how that Paramatma, the supreme absolute reality, is divided? Again by three conditioning. Like the son, husband and father. So the absolute Paramatma with his own inherent potentiality is called as Ishvara, the creator. The same Paramatma with the limitations of the Panchakoshas is called as the Jiva, the soul. And the same Paramatma with the predominance of the names and the forms is called as the Jagat. So one reality with three conditionings is referred by three names, but that doesn't mean it has become three. Like one man is called as son, husband and father, that doesn't mean he has become three. See friends, if you are working on this absolute reality, we have to go beyond all the emotional catches. See friends. And therefore, those who are emotionally weaklings, they cannot stand. There was one Swami, he came to study. That time I was teaching Kenopanishad. And I told him, I say, why do you come? Go and do your very nice, great Krishna Bhakta. Continue. Sri Ram Deva, Hare Ram, continue. Very good. No, I want to study Upanishad. I said, look here, you will suffer. No, came. And in Kenopanishad, mantras come. Yan manasana manute yena ahur manomatam tadeva brahmatvam vidhi nedam yadidam upasate. ये जो घंटी बजा रहे हैं ना, घंटी बजाना है nothing to do with the truth. He became so frustrated. After this, Swamiji, what did you say? I said, yes, I said this. How can you say? I said, you have heard me that way. No, Krishna is everything. Getting caught up in the name or the form. Another example. I was invited to inaugurate one jeweler's new opening. So as usual I go, we are fit for opening or closing anything. Like a master key. When somebody is born, we go. When somebody is born, we go. Somebody dies, we go. When somebody doesn't die, then also we go. Swami ji, kuch karo. He is in Omaha, so please do something. So I went for the inauguration. Then lit the lamp before the God, and then some sweets distributed. Then my friend asked me, Swamiji, I won't give you anything. I am very clear because I am very afraid of you. Suppose there are two statues. One is Rama, other is Ravana. Both are made of gold. Which you will take? I said, you imagine, I am a Swami. He said, therefore you will take Rama. I said, now listen, which is heavy? Rama, Ravana keep with you. I am interested in the gold. See friends, the whole world is divided only on these names and forms. If we hold on to the absolute, it doesn't matter. This is where this Vedantic knowledge comes to our help. Therefore, there is no problem. Those who are abiding in this knowledge, in this wisdom, for them, there is no problem of any kind. Whether you call Ram or Krishna or any God's name you call, doesn't matter. Because everything is supported by the same reality. Whether it is the Rama or the Ravana, both are supported by the same gold. So where is your attention? Therefore, this knowledge of Vedanta gives us a focal length. When we go to the ophthalmologist, the eye doctors, then what the eye doctors do? They don't give us vision. Vision we all have. We have lost our ability to focus properly. So, we go and he shows us something. Can you read this thing? No, I can't read. Can you read this thing? No, I can't read. Why? I don't want to read. Now, how can that doctor give him the medicine or the prescription? So, when it is given perfectly, then what these glasses are doing, when I put on the glasses, you are distinctly clearly seen. If I remove my glasses, you look to me as a collage. So, what the glasses have done? Focus length perfected. Exactly, Vedanta gives us the glasses by which the collage is distinctly understood, that it is all supported by one substratum. It's so important. We only call the names and forms and differences. Therefore, those who talk differences, those who substantiate differences, those who propagate differences, those who establish differences, they are buried in the utter ignorance. See, friends. Therefore, nama rupena tasyanso tayoho adya api anudbhavat. Because before the creation, names and forms were not born. Therefore, gold with the forms and the names is samsara. Will you put a brick of gold in your neck? You will give it a name and a form. But why are you putting on the brick? No, I want to show, I have got 1 kilo of gold. No. Now, nama rupodbhava saiva srishtitva srishtitapura na tayoho udbhava tasman niram shamsad yathaviyat. Therefore, nama rupa tasya udbhava srishtita purat na. There was no names and the form before the creation. Now go to your subjective experience. In the deep sleep, we are. We cannot experience our absence. That time, what is your name and what is your form? Whether you are a man or a woman, young or old, beautiful or awful, rich or poor, Indian or non-Indian. The moment you drop the forms, names disappear. In other words, when names and forms do not make any difference to you, you remain absolutely undisturbed. Once I was on Bombay airport waiting for my flight. The one gentleman, Sindhi gentleman, he came and next to sit my sitting, there was one seat. He said, "Can I sit here?" I said, "I don't know. My Guru gave me this mantra. You are not obliged to answer every question in this world." I don't know. He sat down. He said, "What is your name?" "Babaji, what is your name?" I said, "You already told him, I am Babaji." "Where are you going?" I said, "I am going to such and such place." "How do you buy your ticket?" I said, "I don't buy, somebody gives me. Because people want to get rid of me, they give me first ticket. Before my arrival, my departure is confirmed, therefore people love me. If they come to know that there is no possibility of his going, see friends. Then he said, where from you get money?" That very moment, his announcement came, boarding. I said, "People like you, when they meet me, will they not give me dakshina?" Now he was caught. And then he took out his wallet, struggling to find an old dilapidated note. Observe this. If you want to give to a beggar, you don't give a new note. Among them, you see which is the most useless one, as if the old note is less valuable. Human mind, friends. Therefore, he said, "I have never come across a person like you except one." Then he told, in Vrindavan, there was one Mahatma. He was Pragya Chakshu. Pragya Chakshu means blind. A great master. And he said he has never spoken about himself. And when anybody used to ask him, he used to keep them round and round and never told what is he, where from. I said, "I am that." See, friends, names and forms create all the problem. Therefore, if you can expose yourself to absolute silence, then what is that experience? That experience is indicated here by the word na tayoho udbhava tasmat niramsham sad yatha viyat. Viyat means space. Niramsham means without parts. Space does not have parts. Now here, although off the track, but very important to know. One of the most effective contemplation is play. Don't do meditation. Play space, space. How will you play space, space? What is the experience of the space must be going through? So space supports everything. Bhagavad Gita, second chapter. There it is said, Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha, na chainam kledayantyapah na shosheti marutaha. Space is not cut by the earth, not wet by the waters, not burned by the fire, and not dried by the air. So space supports all the four elements, but none of them touch or destroy the space. So if I am playing this, what must be the experience of the space? Space is unopposed support. This is how you have to play meditation. Then second, space supports all the shapes, all the sizes, but the space doesn't have any shape and any size. This is what we are playing meditation. Now apply, come back to the same example. Vision supports all colors, all forms. Vision has no color, no form. So whether I am colors and forms or the support of the colors and forms, support of the colors and forms. Then all sense organs are supported by the mind. Sense organ is object specific, mind is common for all. So when our sense organs are closed, mind is untouched by them. Now here, you don't have to be any specific. This is applicable to every human being on the planet. Like the laws of nature, they are common, unlike the in-laws. And when this is your foundation of knowledge, you can never have differentiation on account of any criteria. But we are trained right from childhood to differentiate. One day in a school classroom, I was talking to them this principle of oneness. So I said, hey, let us play. Now if somebody has to answer, I'll ask, only that student will talk, not everybody. Okay. One student, you tell, what are the differences among us? So the child said, some are girls, some are boys. I said, very good, you are so intelligent. Next one, you tell, some are tall, some are short. Very good, differences. You tell, some are fat, some are thin. Very good. So many differences. I said, now enough. Now tell, what is the common factor in all of us? Everybody was quiet. And one student, totally indifferent to everything, not participating. I asked him, you tell, what is the common factor for all of us? He looked at me and told, we are all suffering because of you. Common factor. If you have to discover the commonness, you have to transcend the differences. You can do that if you have no agenda in your life. If you have agenda, with all due respect to the doctors here, but in most of the hospitals, every doctor is given a quota. They have to admit so many patients per month. If they are given one chair, they have to admit so many. So anybody goes, first question the doctor never asks, what is your health problem? What do you do? Oh, I am a multi-billionaire. Acha, acha, acha. Bakra mil gaya. Once in some place, it was Bakri Eid. Any question people ask us, we don't know. He asked me, Swamiji, why this is called a Bakri Eid? Come on, I am not a Muslim, I don't know. He said, no, you know everything, you tell us. I said, because on this day, a Bakra is slaughtered, the Bakri is happy. We all the time talk about differences. If we train ourselves not to talk about differences, see, all the political games are only on this foundation. See, we are trying to help the poor farmers by staying in a five-star hotel and drinking millions of dollars of wine, suffering silently. Therefore, differences should not be entertained. See the common factor. So, na tayo udbhava tasmat niramsham sad yatha viyat. We do this sadhana. What is like being the space? Space is not holy, not unholy. The space in the sanctum sanctorum of a temple and the space in a commode is same. But if you are a victim of the feng shui, then they will come and tell you, remove this room, in this toilet keep a temple, and there you keep the kitchen, and they will take a few $100,000 from you and go away, and you suffer. See, friends, don't get lost by all these gimmicks of earning money. So, tayo udbhavana tasma niramsham sadyatha viyat. In Yoga Vasishta, this is beautifully explained to Bhagwan Ram by Vasishta ji. There is a book also, Akash Yoga. In one of the international yoga conferences, they asked me to speak on something. They say, we don't give you topic because we don't know what you are going to talk. So you talk anything. I said, okay, today this sessions will talk on Akash Yoga. People know Ashtanga Yoga, Sashtanga Yoga, Nashtanga Yoga. So, Akash Yoga. And in that Akash Yoga, the three spaces were discussed. Gross space supports the gross world but doesn't get influenced by the gross world. Mind space supports the thought world but mind doesn't get influenced by any thought. And third, the Chidakasha, the conscious space, supports waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi, but doesn't get influenced by any one of them. That conscious space, which is the solid space, that I am. When we are established in this knowledge, thereafter play the game of life. Then perception of multiplicity is not the problem, but giving a reality to the differences creates the problem. So, yatha viyat, like the space. Then sadantaram sadatiyam naiva vailakshanya varjana nam rupo padivedam vina naivam sato vida. So now we will see the first sajatiya bhed, what we have seen within the tree. The branches are not the flowers, flowers are not the leaves, leaves are not the fruits. This sajatiya bhed, that was the sajat. Now we will see about the sada, that was the swagata bhed, sorry. No sajatiya, sat antaram sajatiya. Sajatiya means the same kind. Both are, all are trees, but one tree is not the other type. One is the mango, other is apple, etc. So this kind of differences of similar kind are also not there, because nam ru upadi bhedam vina naiva sato vida. Without the names and the forms, differences cannot be established. North, East, West, South, these are the names. When you go to some places, there was one great Mahatma and he was supposed to break a coconut for uh, establishing a new school there. So that people gave him, Maharaj, with your hand we want to start. So he took in his hand and stood, offering his prayer to the Lord and his grace. Always there are wise people around. Said, Sir, the east is not this direction. East is that direction. And Mahatma looked. Whichever direction I look, that is the east. See, friends, we are lost only in the names and forms. So, what is the sajatiya? Na vailakshanya varjanat. Other, that means mango tree and apple tree. So, mango tree is not apple tree is not mango tree. So, other than the sat will be what? Asat. Asat means non-existent. Non-existent means how can you differentiate? This is the foundation of discrimination in Vedanta. In Sankhya, they talk about Jada Chetan Vivek, sentient and inert Vivek. For example, I am the Chetana, I am the sentient, and the mic is the Jada, inert. Jada Chetan Vivek. So the knower, experiencer is conscious and the known is inert. So I am experiencing you all. So I am conscious, you are Jada. But what I am seeing you is not the consciousness, the body. In this manner, there cannot be Sat against Asat. Asat means not there. Therefore, how can you talk about differences? It is something like one mother told me about her child. The child was there. I mean, he is so intelligent. In his class, he came first. So, oh, really? I said, prepare breakfast, I am talking to you. Then I asked him, I said, hey, which class you are studying? Ramji, I am KG2. I said, KG2? Oh, you have passed KG1, of course. You are first? Yes. How many students are in your class? I am alone. Ekameva advitiya. How there can be two? See, friends, therefore, you are one. World, God, and the soul, these three are superimposed on one reality. Now, out of these three, the world, the God, and us, on whom we have got our authority and control, we have no control on the world. We cannot control God. What we can do, control ourselves. In Tattvamasi Mahavakya, the instructions are given. Tat and Tvam. Tat means God. Tvam means you. You are God. Means what? First of all, called as Tvam Pada Shodhanam. Purify yourself. What is the impurity? The Panchakoshas. Discard one by one. Annamay, Pranamay, Manomay, Vijnanamay, Anandamay. You come to a point which cannot be discarded. That is you. Purification. Absolute truth. What we experience but we don't know in deep sleep. Now, Tatpada Shodhanam, there the meaning of Shodhanam is discover. Now, discover divine. And how can you discover? Bhagavad Gita 7th chapter, Bhagavan says, Daivi Hisha Gudamayi Mama Maya Duratya Mam Evaye Prapadyante Maya Metam Tarantite. God's Maya is Daivi, divine. We cannot fight with God. Only thing we can do is surrender. And how do we surrender? Oh Lord, thy will be done. Whenever our desire is in tune with the divine desire, success is bound to be. When our desire is contrary to the divine plan for us, we fail in life. And when we take the failure as His blessing and prasad, you can never be miserable in life. We don't know what is needed for our evolution. In nature, if you see, which plant should grow where, the plant doesn't decide. If you want to plant, let us take the Devdar Vriksha from the Himalayas over here, they will die away. They can survive there only. In the same manner, which place, which type of family, where we should be born, it is the divine will, not our choice. See, friends. So, now we are purifying ourselves and we are surrendering to the Lord. Net result is only He remains, we disappear. A person through whom God expresses is called a saint. And we come across saints and sages not by our karma. तुलसीदास जी says in Ramcharitmanas, Binu Hari Kripa mile nahi santa. Without the God's grace, satsanga and saints do not come in our life. Binu Hari Kripa mile banta, not santa. You know santa banta? They can come, but not the saints and sages. In this manner, other than the divine, there is nothing else in this world. Therefore, sadantaram sadatiyam naya eva vailakshana varjanat, then nama rupopadi bhedam vina na eva sato bhida. Unless there are names and forms, there cannot be differences established. One child came from the school, very excited, because he was told that Swami is coming to our house. And when he came, he was in a confusion state. He wanted to tell mom what he has learned and he wanted to talk to me also. So he said, Mommy, do you know what we have learned today in the school? He said, tell. We have learned human body. And his mother was a doctor by profession. And do you know what is human body? So she said, yes, there are many systems, digestive system and cardiovascular system. You don't know anything. Then immediately he showed. This, took out the copy, see this. This is human body. And then draw a arrow, right, head. This is called as head. What you are telling cardiovascular, there is nothing like that. Head. Then hands. Then stomach. Then legs. Be attentive. Form and name. Body is one. That one body is given many forms. And those forms are given corresponding names. And out of one, many are created. In the same manner, life is common. And expressions of life are common. They are not different. Hunger, thirst. Whether it is hunger satiated of a rich man by eating a choice food, or hunger satiated of a pig eating the filth, satiation is of the same quality. Because life is common. All the saints live at that life level, and therefore they can love without efforts. For them, love is not an action. For them love is an experience. Now we are in this holy place. It was not a prepared dialogue. Oh Lord, forgive them, they know not what they are doing. It was not a dialogue written by hearted. It is a sprout of experience. And it can come only if we go beyond the differences and discover the common factor. Common factor is life. From the life comes the mind. The moment we are at the mind level, mind can talk, understand only differences. Mind cannot talk unity. Mind will die. Give the mind only one. Mind cannot survive. Like morning 1, lunch 2, evening 3. Mind is continuous. Mind requires a sequence of events. If a sequence is not formed, mind cannot survive. For example, we enter sleep, event, thereafter no event. Then we wake up after 4 hours, second event. What is the first interaction of the mind? What is the time? Oh God, I was sleeping for 4 hours. Mind is born. Therefore, hold on to the one. That one is non-specific. Therefore, spiritual evolution is not becoming someone extraordinary. Remain ordinary. We are already carrying a huge burden of extras on our head, including the fat. Reduce one by one. A man, woman, Indian, non-Indian, rich, poor. In addition to that, I'm spiritual. What spiritual? Then we come to our essential divine nature. Therefore, without a name and a form, differences are not possible. Now, Vijatiya Ved. We have seen the Swagata Ved, Sajatiya. Vijatiyam asat sattu na khalviti sthiti gamyate nasyatah pratiyogitvam vijatiyatvat kutavidha. Now, Vijatiyam asat. Sat, opposite of sat means, Vijati means opposite. Like black, Vijatiya is white. So Sat is existence. Opposite will be non-existence. Now the non-existence means what? Doesn't exist. How can you differentiate between that which is existing and non-existing? This is called as Sat Asat Vivek in Vedanta. Differentiate between the Sat and the Asat means what? Discover the absolute existence. You cannot experience anything as non-existence. Every experience is always in the form of existence. There is a man in that room. The other room, there is no man in that room. There is no man. You were very conspicuous by your absence. So absence is also established through existence. See, friends. Therefore, the truth is absolute existence which is unopposed. Accept everything as it is. But if we are called something or the other, we become agitated. So, Vijatiyam asattastu na khalu iti asti gamyate na asya ataha pratiyogitvam. Therefore, there is nobody against the absolute. Because there is none other than the absolute. And what is absolute? Which includes everything and rejects nothing. Now, let us try to apply this subjectively in our prayers. About these prayers, I tell you, this happened in UK, in Wales. I was staying with one family, a British family, and their house was very old, must be 300. Wales is a very old country, 300-400 years old. And the house's name was Christmas Cottage. So I went and stayed there for 3-4 days. First floor they have given me one room. Because it was old, when you climb the steps or everything, the sound comes like that. Constant complaining. Very small room, hardly you can move other than the bed. So in the morning when I finished everything, I had nowhere to go, so I simply sat there and I was sitting quiet. Amma came to ask me, Swami, breakfast is ready, so she swept. And again the door also made a sound, but I didn't realize that. So she went back. Afterwards, when I went down to have breakfast, she told, Swamiji, I am extremely sorry. You are doing meditation and I disturb you. I said, Amma, don't abuse me. I am not doing meditation. But then what you are doing? I said, I was sitting in the lap of my Lord. And she hugged me and started crying. How can you so easily say like that? I said, it is the easiest thing. When you are sitting in the lap of the Lord, what happens? The same thing. When a child sits in the lap of the mother, all efforts disappear and he is at peace. Not thumb up, thumb down, thumb in. Exactly. You sit in the lap of the Lord, he takes care. But then we do meditation and then suffer. See, friends, meditation without a meditator is the real experience. In the first chapter here in Panchadashi we are told, Dhyatru dhyane parityajya dheyamevavashishyate. When the meditator and meditation is dropped, what remains is Paramatma. So ultimately, we have to merge ourselves in Him. And to merge, only one way, prayatna shaitilya. No efforts. Where are no efforts? When you are secured. Where are you secured? Care of Him. Living this in this attitude 24/7 in life is spiritual life. Then we understand the meaning of the scriptures. Otherwise, it becomes only the words, and then we get lost in the arguments. Ekameva dvitiyam sat siddhamatra tu kechana vimvala asadevedam purasid iti avarnayan. In this manner, ekam eva advitiyam sat siddham atra. Now we are the sprud, the truth, the sat, the absolute reality is one without a second. Everywhere you can just contemplate on this. Space is one, air is one, fire is one, water is one, our mind is one, our life is one. When I go to get my operation done, so to whom I go? To the expert in that field. Will I ask him, excuse me doctor, what is your gotra? Are you Bharadwaj gotra? Then only I will get operation done. Or else I will not. No. See friends, whenever we talk about differences, we are neither religious nor spiritual. Let us discover the common denominator. See the common factor. Therefore, ekameva dvitiyam sat siddham atra. There is but one absolute non-dual reality. We have thus proved this. But vivala asad evedam purasit iti varnayan kechit. But there are some frustrated people. They said, no, you are not understood. What is said? That asad eva pura asit. It is said that in the beginning there was no world. And therefore, the Paramatma is non-existence. So, absence of the world and the presence of the world. On this issue, they make a big philosophy. And how that philosophy is detrimental for our spiritual evolution, that is discuss in the further few shlokas that we should take in our tomorrow's class. Time is over, isn't it? Before you sleep, I should stop. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnahat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.